YouTube, what is going on, guys? Theo being here, and today we got a brand new, out of nowhere, brand new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just dropped. So as per usual, right, what we're doing is we're going to be going through, watching the thing in full, live reaction, and then we're going to be going through, breaking it down right after that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here it is. This is called Destined for Rebirth, by the way. So keep that in mind.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
It can't be.
He wants to finish what he started and rule over the planet.
You coming?
Way ahead of ya! We have to help them.
Let's get to work.
You are truly a model soldier.
We can handle this.
I will reclaim our world.
All right, short and sweet, but there's some really interesting stuff. So without further ado, let's go through here and let's break it down. So here we are opening up with the Nibelheim flashback. We get the scene, right, and it's kind of cut to the theme of the music. So we get this, so we're gonna actually watch him go to work here too, which is going to be really interesting. All right, this part, because it goes to the beat, it goes pretty quick. Sector 2, so again, this looks extremely similar to one of the previous trailers we saw. I think it was the, it wasn't the Game Awards, it was the Summer Game Fest, I believe it was the trailer that dropped showing this in, was pretty confusing at first, but this appears to be the incident in what's assumed to be the other timeline. That's my assumption, right? Which is most likely where Zack is, right?
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
You see Sephiroth with a piece of Genova.
It can't be.
He wants to finish.
You get the Genova fight, and it looks like that is the one on the boat. Let's go back here. And we're gonna slow this down to kind of look at the frames here. We don't want cold. Okay, even at half speed, that goes fast. But it looks like there's metallic stuff behind him. I'm assuming this is the boat. It's like the engine room or whatever where we fight him in the original. The setting kind of reminds me of that. So that's going to be my guess as to where this event takes place. It's back.
He wants to finish what he started.
So here we get this new shot of Junon, which is cool, right? Let's see if
Finish what he started.
these just look like normal soldiers. I'd imagine Cloud's gonna look a little different, right? From when we're going through. There is the high one in the back though, that is actually really sick as well.
And rule over the planet.
So I did see this shot here. People are wondering if this is from that scene. And it could be, but it's hard to say. I don't think it is, because I think they're probably going to keep that in similar fashion as to how that plays out, because it's such an iconic scene. In that incident, he's not like this. He's holding the blade like this. He's sitting straight down. This looks more like he's dashing forward. So I think this is something completely different. Where this is, I have no idea. But there seems to be Mako energy. I'm assuming that's what this is. Everywhere, or Mako gases, whatever you want to call it.
You coming?
Way ahead
And then we get Yuffie with this palm tree, so I'm assuming this is Costa del Sol.
Yeah. We have to help them.
That Cosmo Canyon? And she says that? This could be anywhere, to be honest. Okay.
To help them.
Limit break. Red. That looks like another limit break. The Solemn.
You are truly a
Those Destined
model soldier.
for Rebirth. And then this, alright, this is definitely significant, right? I don't know what happens here. Also, where this is at. But this is the most animated we've probably ever seen Cloud. So. And then there's this thing. So this thing was also in a previous trailer. And this thing, I believe, is new. And I want to say was said in a previous interview months back, some point last year in 23, that this is a new weapon. Well, I can't find it, but I believe that this was already confirmed to be a weapon. We kind of see it swimming in a pod. It's not, at least from what we've seen, it doesn't appear to be on the scale that the other weapons are. This looks like it could be either the ruins of one of two reactors. And my guesses are this is the ruins of like the... No, it's not actually, because that reactor, I was going to say the coral reactor, but that one is still intact. That one should not be in ruins. So most likely the other one I could think of is the Gongaga reactor. Yes, me, Gongaga.
Me? Gongaga.
But that's the only thing I can think of, because we technically skipped that and it'd be easier to kind of change things up. Well, you can skip it in the original, right? But you can go there for a little tidbit. There's some items and stuff you can collect there. I believe you fight the Turks there, if I'm remembering correctly. But outside of that, this looks like some sort of reactor, and that is going to be my guess as to where that is. I doubt this is the ruins of the Mount Eagle reactor, but you don't know. But that's, I'm going to guess Gongaga. That's going to be my guess as to where this event takes place here.
We can handle this.
Do not fear the unknown.
I will reclaim our world.
Then we see Genova, and then there's this part again. This is the finale. This is like the finale of Remake, right? Which is also a reference to the final moment of the original. So this could be pretty late in the game, but the background in space looks like there's asteroids and stuff flying around. That's kind of what that reminds me of. Then we get this. Which also, this looks like also, again, the ending of Remake. Fight versus Sephiroth. So, interesting. I think by far the, what is, let's hear what Hojo has to say.
Truly a model soldier. Soldier. You are truly a model soldier. We can handle this. I will reclaim our world.
All right, let's see what the text says.
Let's get to work.
You are truly
Those Destined
a model soldier.
for Rebirth. Do not
We can
fear
handle this.
the unknown.
I will reclaim our world.
Those destined for Rebirth do not fear the unknown. I think Rebirth, if anything, Rebirth kind of refers to Sephiroth more than anybody. Because he is trying to change things from how they were, right? That's kind of the premise that we're on for the game. or that's how it appears, right? We can't say for certainty. Rebirth is like starting over again. Could be signifying Zack, right, coming back as well. It's God, it's hard to say. So again, this one's really short. A lot of it is kind of not review, but stuff we've already seen before. It's really just the beginning where we see a couple other things here, right? We see this looks like the incident of the tornado probably going through Midgar as we were outside of it, the events at the end of Remake, and then finally this scene here with Tifa and Cloud. Sorry, I almost forgot. We also got a bunch of new screenshots dropped as well today, along with the brand new trailer. So we have a couple new actually awesome shots here. One is going to be of Kate Sith here in Moogle here at the Golden Saucer. Here we get a new angle of the Golden Saucer, which looks absolutely incredible. Of that front entrance, it looks fantastic. There is Yuffie, which is also similar to, so this is the original shot from when the original Final Fantasy VII came out. This is of course Wutai, we can see here down at the bottom, and the statue which is at the top of Wutai. And then of course we get this version, which is different. No Wutai, no statue. This appears to just be what I'm going to assume is just some different part of the world, right? So here we have some action combat shots, extremely high res. The detail in these screenshots is actually incredible. So I'm going to assume that these were taken in graphics mode, assuming that Rebirth will have a graphics and a performance mode, just like Final Fantasy VII Remake Intrograde did. But extremely high res shot. This is probably a synergy ability between Yuffie and Kate Sith, or so it looks like. Looks like she's casting something on top of the Moogle as well, along with Kate Sith. Here's Kate Sith doing a dance on top of it. We got the buggy in the back, and this is most likely the Golden Saucer from the outside. Looks like it with the gondola tracks going into the venue. A pretty awesome shot there as well. Here we have a shot of the Junon parade with the cannon as well in the background. Got all the Shinra soldiers getting ready for the ceremony. It's going to be a fantastic point as well in the game. Looking forward to this part as also. More combat here. We have, I can't remember what this thing is called, but we got a party of Kate Sith, Aerith, Cloud, Kitty Wallop, which we've already gone over before, previous video. Elena here, who I can't tell if they changed her face a little bit, but I do agree with what people said. She kind of does look like Tifa a little bit, just like a blonde Turk version of Tifa almost. Still, this looks like it is inside either the ship or some part associated with Junon here. That is going to be my guess. Actually, on second look, this has to be on the boat heading for Costa del Sol, which is why they have these decorations up celebrating, you know, which is most likely a vacation destination for these people, right? Even though we're just one of our stops on our journey here through on Final Fantasy VII. Again, more Kate Sith. We have Dropkick here. Looks like he's probably actually doing it. And it looks like this icon here, I'm just now noticing, is when we are going to be attached to the cat. Sorry, the Moogle. It is not a cat. Kate Sith is a cat. Most likely what that means as well. And we have Cloud there in the background. Captain of the boat, I cannot remember his name. Sure he has one though. More combat. I guess that does not mean we are attached, because we are detached. Seeing these enemies in the overworld, and it appears that's most likely where we're at, just somewhere out, I'll say Midgar. Combat. Yuffie, and this looks like it's on the gondola to Golden Saucer. Yuffie again. More Yuffie using ninjutsu, right, which is what we would use when we would throw our weapon. So it looks like Yuffie's kit is pretty much the same in attack, right? We have throw, and then once we have our weapon thrown, we can use our ninjutsus, which is what we would do to attack from range. And then there is this shot here, which is interesting. So we have actual Yuffie, and then we have this dummy, and this has to be something new. What exactly this is, I'm not sure, but this has been added as some sort of ability or skill for Yuffie to use inside of her combat, because this was not a thing in the Intergrade DLC. So how this dummy will work and how it'll probably be some sort of taunt feature for enemies so they might attack them could be extremely useful, especially for how strong the AoE is in her kit. So if it could possibly taunt enemies to attack that thing instead of her, can make her even more strong than how she already was in the DLC. I'm really excited to play as Yuffie again. And I think that is it. Everything else we've already seen here, these are old. So those 15 screenshots, those are new as well. But that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As we get more news here for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I will bring it to you here, especially with major drops, everything along the way. So that is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace and deuces. See ya.